A beacon in the darkness. Imagine risking everything for freedom, not just your own, but for hundreds of others. Through forests, rivers, and nightfall, one woman returned again and again into the heart of danger to lead people to liberty. Her name? Harriet Tubman. A freedom fighter, a spy, a symbol of courage. Subscribe now to uncover the untold stories of America's bravest heroes. Early life in slavery. Harriet Tubman, born Araminta Minty Ross around 1822 in Dorchester County, Maryland, was born into bondage. Her parents, Harriet Green and Ben Ross, were enslaved by different families. Tubman endured horrific treatment from a young age, forced into hard labor, beaten severely, and even struck in the head with a heavy weight for helping another slave. That injury caused lifelong seizures and visions that she interpreted as messages from God. Despite the trauma, Harriet developed immense inner strength, perseverance, and spirituality. Her early years were marked by resilience in the face of unimaginable suffering. The escape to freedom. In 1849, after fearing she was about to be sold and separated from her family forever, Tubman fled slavery. She used the secretive network known as the Underground Railroad to make her way to Philadelphia, traveling mostly by night, guided by the North Star and aided by sympathetic abolitionists. Though free, she couldn't rest. "There were two things I had a right to," she said later, "liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other." Her escape was just the beginning. Building the Underground Railroad network. Tubman returned to the South multiple times, 13 or more recorded trips, to guide others to freedom. She personally escorted around 70 individuals, including her brothers and parents. Through collaboration with the Underground Railroad, a secret network of safe houses and allies, Tubman used ingenious strategies. She disguised herself, changed routes frequently, used songs as codes, and carried a pistol, both for protection and to dissuade fearful fugitives from turning back. Her success made her legendary, and her actions earned her the nickname Moses. The dangers and rewards of courage. Tubman's missions were perilous. Slave catchers offered large rewards for her capture, up to $40,000. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 made conditions even more dangerous, allowing slaves to be caught and returned from free states. Yet, Tubman pressed on, undeterred by fear or physical hardship. She navigated vast forests, swampy terrain, and hostile territory, using her intelligence, intuition, and survival skills. Her courage inspired those she led and those who heard of her exploits across the nation. Civil War contributions. During the Civil War, Tubman served the Union as a nurse, scout, and spy. She was the first woman to lead an armed military expedition, the Combahee River Raid in South Carolina, which freed more than 700 enslaved people and destroyed Confederate resources. Working alongside Union generals and black troops, Tubman gathered vital intelligence behind enemy lines. Her contributions not only disrupted Confederate operations, but showcased her leadership, bravery, and commitment to freedom. A legacy of service. After the war. After the war, Tubman continued to fight for justice. She opened her home in Auburn, New York, to the sick and elderly, founding the Harriet Tubman Home for the Aged. She advocated for education, civil rights, and women's suffrage, working alongside Susan B. Anthony and others. Though often in financial hardship herself, she gave everything to support those in need, leaving a legacy of selfless service and community activism. Faith, spirituality, and inner strength. Tubman's unwavering Christian faith was the foundation of her life. Her visions, which she believed were messages from God, guided her missions. Prayer was her refuge and compass. She often claimed that divine protection helped her avoid capture. Her trust in God and her sense of divine purpose gave her a peace and confidence that astonished even her allies. This spiritual dimension became a central theme in her legacy. Honors and posthumous recognition. Though often overlooked during her lifetime, Tubman was eventually recognized for her heroism. She received a military pension, though meager, and was celebrated in speeches and publications. In recent years, she has been honored with schools, museums, and historical sites named after her. Plans to place her portrait on the U.S. $20 bill symbolize her national significance. Statues, films, and biographies have immortalized her bravery. Harsh truths about slavery and freedom. Tubman's story forces us to confront the brutal realities of slavery. The physical violence, family separations, and psychological scars. She not only escaped this horror, but actively fought against it. Her success exposes the injustice of a system that tried to deny her humanity. Her life is a powerful reminder of the courage required to defy oppression and the resilience of those who endured it. Why Harriet Tubman matters today. Tubman's legacy continues to inspire activists, educators, and ordinary people worldwide. Her story reminds us that one individual, armed with moral conviction, can defy empires and rewrite history. In a world still struggling with inequality, her example calls us to act bravely and stand up for justice. She represents what is possible when faith, purpose, and courage unite. Subscribe now to honor voices like Harriet Tubman's and discover the true roots of American resilience. Freedom is not given. It is taken. Harriet Tubman.